Have you ever wondered why some people can walk into your life, charm you, and before you know it, you're trapped in their web of control? Why do certain relationships leave you drained, confused, and questioning your own reality? The answer often lies in one word: narcissism. Narcissists don't just appear. They don't just enter your life casually. They come armed with habits, patterns, and psychological tactics that are designed to keep you under their influence. These are not accidents. These are not misunderstandings. They are calculated traps. And here's the most chilling part. Most victims don't even realize they're being trapped until it's too late. By then, their confidence is shattered, their self-esteem is stolen, and they're stuck in a cycle of emotional chaos. But today, that ends for you. In this video, we're not just going to talk about narcissists. We're going to expose them. I'm going to take you through the 7 habits narcissists use to trap you, the exact patterns they repeat again and again, no matter who they target. By the time you finish this video, you will not only recognize these traps, but you will also have the tools to break free from them. This is not just information. This is empowerment, because the moment you see the trap, you no longer have to fall into it. So I want you to stay with me. Don't just watch passively. Listen carefully. Take notes if you can, because knowledge is not power until it is applied. And what you are about to learn could save you from years of manipulation, pain, and heartbreak. Let me ask you a powerful question. What would your life look like if you could finally step out of toxic relationships? If you could live with clarity, peace, and self-respect without constantly second-guessing yourself? That vision of freedom is possible. But first, we have to pull back the curtain and see exactly how narcissists operate. And we start right here, right now. In this journey together, I will break down why narcissists target you in the first place, the specific 7 habits they use to pull you in, real life examples of how these traps work, and most importantly, how you can break free. So take a deep breath, open your heart and your mind, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it, and that truth will set you free. This is not just another video. This could be the turning point of your life. Let's dive in. The problem with narcissistic traps is that they don't look like traps at first. They look like love. They look like friendship. They look like opportunity. That's why so many intelligent, strong, and caring people fall for them. Narcissists don't show you their darkness on day one. Instead, they show you exactly what you want to see. They start with love bombing, showering you with attention, affection, and validation. For someone who has been longing for connection, this feels like a dream. You think, finally, someone understands me, someone values me. But that dream slowly turns into a nightmare. After pulling you in, they begin the cycle of control, gaslighting, silent treatment, manipulation, guilt tripping, and blame shifting. Suddenly, you're no longer sure what's real. You question your own memory, your own worth, even your own sanity. The pain is deep. You feel stuck between 2 worlds, one where you remember the kind, charming version of them, and another where you face the cruel, manipulative reality. Here's the kicker: narcissists thrive on this confusion. They know the more you doubt yourself, the easier it is for them to control you. This is the problem. It's not just that narcissists exist, it's that they operate in ways that are invisible until you understand their habits. Think about your own life for a moment. Have you ever felt like you were giving everything in a relationship, but no matter how much you gave, it was never enough? Have you ever felt guilty for wanting basic respect? Have you ever stayed quiet to keep the peace, even though you were hurting inside? If you said yes, you already know the problem. The truth is, narcissists don't want a relationship. They want power. They want control. And the 7 habits we are about to uncover are the exact weapons they use to get it. But don't lose hope, because once we identify the problem, we can also find the solution. Let me share with you the story of Sarah. Sarah was a bright, ambitious woman in her late 20s. She had a good career, loyal friends, and dreams of building a meaningful relationship. One day, she met Daniel. He was charming, confident, and seemed to understand her like no one else ever had. In the beginning, Daniel showered Sarah with attention. He texted her every morning, sent her flowers for no reason, and made her feel like she was the center of his world. Sarah thought she had finally found the one. But slowly, things began to change. Daniel started criticizing small things: her choice of clothes, the way she laughed, the friends she spent time with. Whenever Sarah tried to defend herself, Daniel would twist the conversation. He'd say, "You're too sensitive," or "You're imagining things." Sarah began doubting herself. Soon, she noticed that she was canceling plans with her friends to avoid upsetting him. She stopped wearing outfits she liked because she didn't want another fight. She even started questioning whether her memory was accurate because Daniel constantly told her she was wrong. Sarah was caught in the web of narcissistic habits. She felt trapped, but she couldn't leave, because every time she thought about walking away, Daniel would suddenly become loving again, reminding her of the man she first fell for. This cycle went on for years, until one day, Sarah stumbled upon information about narcissistic abuse. For the first time, she realized what was happening to her wasn't her fault. It wasn't about her being too sensitive. It was about Daniel's calculated habits. That realization changed everything. Sarah slowly built the courage to leave, and though it was painful, she eventually broke free and rebuilt her life. Sarah's story is not unique. Millions of people around the world are caught in the same cycle. Maybe you're in one right now. But here's the good news: just like Sarah, you can break free once you understand the habits narcissists use to trap you. The first habit narcissists use to trap you is love bombing. It feels magical at first. They give you attention, gifts, compliments, and constant affection. It feels like destiny, like you finally found someone who sees your worth. But here's the truth: love bombing is not love. It's bait. The psychology behind it is simple. When someone showers you with extreme affection, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. You become addicted to that high, and just like an addict, you begin to crave it. Narcissists know this. They give you the high, then suddenly pull back. When they withdraw, you panic. You wonder, what did I do wrong? How can I get that love back? And just like that, you're trapped, chasing the very person who is hurting you. The way to break free is to recognize the signs of love bombing early. Real love grows slowly, consistently. If someone moves too fast, pushes for quick intimacy, or showers you with overwhelming affection too soon, pause. That's not romance. It's a red flag. The second habit is gaslighting, the deliberate attempt to make you doubt your reality. A narcissist will say, "That never happened." Even when you know it did, they will twist your words, deny their actions, and make you feel like you're losing your mind. Gaslighting is powerful because it attacks the very foundation of your confidence, your ability to trust yourself. The solution: document and trust your memory. Keep notes of conversations. Remind yourself, if you felt hurt, your feelings are valid. You don't need their permission to believe your own reality. The third habit narcissists use is isolation. They slowly pull you away from friends, family, and support systems. At first, it sounds like love. I just want to spend all my time with you. But soon it becomes control. I don't like your friends. Don't see them. Once you're isolated, you're easier to manipulate because you have no one to turn to. You rely solely on them. The key to resisting isolation is to maintain strong outside connections. Real love doesn't cut you off. It encourages you to grow with others. The silent treatment is one of the cruelest weapons in the narcissist's arsenal. Instead of yelling or arguing, they punish you with silence. No texts, no calls, no eye contact. Just a wall of cold indifference. Why do they do this? Because silence hurts. Our brains are wired to crave social connection. When someone we love ignores us, it triggers the same pain pathways in the brain as physical injury. Narcissists know this. They use silence to make you desperate for their attention, so you end up apologizing even when you did nothing wrong. Example, imagine you bring up a small issue, like asking them to respect your boundaries. Instead of talking it through, they suddenly go silent for days. You feel guilty, anxious, and eventually you cave in. You apologize just to restore peace. Solution: don't chase silence. When they withdraw, remind yourself their silence is not your fault. Stay grounded, connect with friends, and refuse to play the game. Triangulation is when a narcissist brings a third person into the relationship to manipulate you. They might compare you to an ex, flirt with others in front of you, or say things like, "Everyone thinks you're overreacting." This creates jealousy, insecurity, and competition. Suddenly, you're fighting for their approval instead of questioning their behavior. Example, you confront them about being late. Instead of apologizing, they say, "My coworker never complains about how busy I am. Maybe you should be more understanding." That's triangulation. Solution: don't compete. Remember, their goal is to make you insecure. Stay calm, state your boundaries, and don't get dragged into comparisons. This one is particularly devastating. Narcissists promise you a bright future, marriage, travel, financial success, a dream life together, but they never intend to follow through. They use these promises to keep you hooked. Every time you think about leaving, they dangle the dream in front of you again. Just wait until next year. Everything will be different. But the year comes and goes, and nothing changes. Example, Sarah from our earlier story often heard Daniel promise, "Once I get that promotion, we'll buy a house together." But the promotion came, the house never did, and the promises only shifted further into the future. Solution: watch actions, not words. If someone's promises never align with their behavior, recognize it for what it is: manipulation. Finally, the seventh habit: narcissists refuse responsibility. Every problem is someone else's fault. If they lie, it's because you forced them to. If they cheat, it's because you weren't good enough. This is called projection. They accuse you of the very things they're guilty of. They cheat, but call you unfaithful. They lie, but accuse you of dishonesty. Example, you catch them texting someone inappropriately. Instead of admitting fault, they explode. "Why are you so paranoid? You're the one who can't be trusted." Suddenly, you're on the defensive, even though they were the one misbehaving. Solution: refuse to carry their blame. Say to yourself, their behavior is not my responsibility. Keep clear boundaries and don't let their accusations define you. Here's what you need to know. You are stronger than you think. Narcissists want you to believe you're powerless. But the truth is, the moment you see the trap, you've already started breaking free. You don't need to fight them directly. You need to protect your energy, set boundaries, and rebuild your sense of self. Say this with me: I am not responsible for their behavior. I am responsible for my freedom. Repeat it until it sinks in. Freedom is not easy, but it's possible, and you deserve it. Now, you know the 7 habits narcissists use to trap you. You've seen the patterns, you've felt the emotions, and you've learned the way out. The next step is yours. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it, because the more people who understand narcissistic traps, the fewer victims narcissists will have. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more. Leave a comment below about which habit hit you hardest. And remember, this is not the end of your story. You have the power to write a new chapter, a chapter of freedom, strength, and self-respect. So take one small step today, even if it's just saying, I deserve better. Because you do. This is your breakthrough moment. Take it.